My baby girl, Lily, just turned 1. When my husband, Mark, and I got married 5 years ago, we dreamed of owning a home. But houses are expensive. We were renting a tiny apartment, barely enough room for us. We'll save every penny, Mark said. First a small starter home, then we can trade up later. My mom didn't like our plan. Don't waste time on a small house, she'd say. Go big now. But we just didn't have the money for big. Then, 2 years ago, I had amazing news. I was pregnant. Mark was overjoyed. We'd been saving for that small house, but then Mom stepped in again. Don't buy small, she insisted. I'll help you buy a bigger place. I'll give you some money, and Mark's parents can chip in too. You can make manageable monthly payments. It'll be fine. And then she said, I'll watch the baby. You can both keep working. And time manner pray. We'll make the payments together. It sounded perfect. Thank you, Mom, I said. Overjoyed, we bought a big house. Lily was born. A tiny, perfect little human. I took 3 months of maternity leave, then Mom took over, staying home with Lily. We were so grateful. Mark kept saying, Your mom is incredible. We made our payments to the bank every month, sticking to our plan. I worked, Mark worked, Mom cared for Lily. We were managing. Then, one day Mom looked at me and said, I'm tired. I can't watch Lily anymore. I was stunned. But Mom, you promised. I have my own life, she said. I need to rest. I deserve to be happy. Mark was worried. What are we going to do? How? He asked. Lily was only 1. She wasn't old enough for daycare, but we had that big mortgage to pay. We couldn't stop working. Maybe Mark can find a new job, Mom suggested. One that pays better. I felt a surge of anger. Mom, that's not fair. You promised to help us. Mom just shrugged. I need my own life too. I want to be happy. Now Mark and I were exhausted. I was home with Lily, unable to work. Mark worked all day and came home at 8 p.m. We'd eat dinner, play with Lily for a few minutes, then collapse into bed. Every day was the same. I'd call Mom sometimes. Mom, please, I need help, I'd plead. I'm busy. She'd always say. It stung. Why did you promise, Mom? Mom was happy. New friends, going to the park, parties. I felt isolated, taking care of Lily alone, sleep-deprived. Mark worked tirelessly. I was angry. You promised you'd help me. But Mom was angry at me. I just want to be happy. You don't understand. I looked at Lily. She was smiling, happy with her toys, oblivious to our problems. She's my daughter. My responsibility. But I still felt the resentment. I'd look at Mom and think, you promised. You said you'd help. And she'd look back and say, I gave you enough help. Now, I need my time. Was she right? Was I right? I didn't know. Until stories at times showed. Every day was a struggle. Lily would wake up early, crying. I'd feed her, change her, play with her. Mark left for work at 7 a.m., working non-stop. Lily would laugh when I played with her toys. I'd smile, but inside, I was drained. I'd look at the clock. 9 a.m. The day stretched out endlessly. At noon, I'd try to make lunch, holding Lily in one arm, stirring with the other. By 3 p.m., I was running on fumes. I'd sit on the floor with Lily, exhausted. I'd close my eyes for just a moment, but Lily would start pulling my hair. I'd wake up and smile at her. At 8 p.m., Mark would come home, looking just as tired. "How was your day?" I'd ask. "Rough," he'd say. He'd take Lily and play with her for a while. I'd cook dinner. We'd eat together, but in silence, too tired to talk. I'd look at him and say, "What are we going to do?" "I don't know," he'd say. "I'll look for a better paying job." I knew he was already working as hard as he could. I felt terrible for him. The next day, Mom called. "How are you?" "Ow, and so tired, Tom, cow." I wanted to say, "I'm exhausted, Mom. I need your help." But I didn't. "I'm fine," I said. "I went to the park today," she said. "Met some friends. It was nice." I felt a surge of anger. "You have time for the park, but not for your own daughter." But I said nothing. I called my friend Anna. She had a toddler too, cow. "Anna, I don't know what to do," I confessed. Anna listened patiently. Then she said, "It's not easy, but you're strong. You'll figure it out." I felt a little better. "Thanks, Anna." Anna suggested, "Maybe you can ask Mark's parents for help." I considered it. "Maybe," I said. On Sunday, we visited Mark's parents. They were kind people who adored Lily. We had lunch together. Afterwards, I told them about our situation. Mark's dad looked at his wife, then said, "We can help on weekends, but we're getting old, and we get tired too." I smiled. "Thank you." San cows in noun said noun. Even a little help would be amazing. That night, Mark and I talked. "What can we do?" I asked. "I'll work harder," he said. "I'll look for a better job." "I'll take care of Lily," I said. "And I'll look for part-time work from home." It wasn't a perfect plan, but it was something. Every day was a blur. I woke up early, took care of Lily, cooked, cleaned, played. At night, when Lily was asleep, I'd search for freelance work online. The pay wasn't great, but every little bit helped. Mark was working harder too, coming home late some nights. I missed him, but I knew he was doing it for us. One day, Mom came to visit. She looked happy, wearing a new dress and a new haircut. "How are you, dear?" she asked. "I'm tired, Mom," I admitted. Mom looked at Lily. "She's growing so fast." "Yeah," I said. "It's hard, but she's a happy baby." Mom said, "I hope you're not angry at me anymore." I didn't know what to say. I looked at Lily and said, "I'm doing my best." Mom sat down. "I know you're angry," she said. "But I want to live my life too." "I understand, Mom," I said. "But it's hard for me." "You promised." Mom looked sad. I didn't think it would be this hard, she said. But I love you. I want you to be happy, too. Tears welled up in my eyes. I love you too, Mom. I just need some help. Mom said, I can help some days, maybe 2 days a week. I felt a rush of relief. Thank you, Mom. That would help so much. Mom smiled and hugged me. Then Mark found a slightly better job. He wasn't home as much, but we had a little more money coming in. Lily grew and learned new things. She could say Mama and Dada. She made us smile every day. Our life wasn't perfect. Some days were still a struggle, and I was still exhausted. But I felt stronger. Mom visited more often, playing with Lily. It warmed my heart to see them together. Mark said, we're doing our best. That's enough. I looked at Lily and smiled. We're a family, I said. We'll be okay. I learned something important. Life isn't always easy. Sometimes people break their promises, but you can always find a way. I love my mom, and I know she loves me too. We're not perfect, but we're family.